In the previous video we made a unique combat system for my indie adventure game Forgotten. But what's a combat system without engaging enemies? After all, enemies aren't supposed to be mindless punching bags, right? In today's video we will be studying enemies from your favorite games to create my own original enemy designs, such as God of War, Sekiro or Assassin's Creed. Okay, maybe not everyone's favorite games. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around to the end of the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. With that out of the way, let's get started. I decided on creating an enemy base, a sort of template for all my enemies. This way my design is modular and creating a diverse cast of enemies will be a lot easier. For the standard logic I looked at Assassin's Creed. Let's take a look at the following clip. As you can see, the enemy is in the idle state with basic logic, like maybe a certain pattern that he walks in. When you enter his detection zone, a bar will fill up, letting the player know that he's being detected. If you fail to escape this detection zone before his detection bar is full, the enemy goes into the chase state to chase you down. If he gets close enough to where he can damage you, he enters the attack state and starts hitting you. So I decided to adopt a similar system that fit the context of my game a little better. The idle state, the chase state and the attack state. On every enemy there are two trigger circles or colliders. When the player touches the first collider, the enemy will enter the chase state, trying to get close to the player. If this is successful, the player will touch the second collider and the enemy will enter the attack state. When it's in the attack state, it will try to inflict damage onto the player. Finally, I added an additional trigger. When the player throws something at the enemy, he will enter the chase state immediately, so they won't just stand there like mindless punching bags. Do any of you remember these annoying little shits in God of War? Well, I certainly do, because I died to them more times than I'd like to admit. Anyways, every game needs a flying enemy. I'm also convinced that every game needs annoying enemies. So here he is. I don't have a name for him yet, but I'm calling him the Biter for now. As you can see, he's heavily inspired by the nightmares. But his behavior is a little different. His eyes are always closed when he's wandering around. But when you enter his detection zone, his eyes will open up and he will lunge at you, inflicting damage on contact. Now that we have the Biter, he needs a friend in the air or he'll get lonely. And since my game is nightmare themed, I came up with the Ghost. The Ghost will detect you if you get too close and will start firing projectiles at you which you can deflect. By the way, if you want to know how I did this, check out my last video. You've probably seen this one in the previous video. This is a standard enemy knight. He will chase you, he will attack you, but his attacks are parryable and you can also perform a nightmare dodge on him. If you are confused as to what this is, again, check out the last video. The next melee enemy is the Eeper. The Eeper is kinda sleepy all the time, so he'll take little breaks from patrolling every now and then. When sleeping, the Eeper is unaware of any of your actions, so he won't notice you walking by. If he does detect you, he will get angry and throw his pillow at you because you interrupted his precious sleepy time. You know in Sekiro when you explore a certain castle and you walk around the outskirts of that, you see a cute little house and there's this guy standing with a spear just waiting to haunt you for the next couple weeks? Yep, this guy. I actually don't think I've killed him yet. This guy has ruined my happiness too many times. The positive thing that I gained from this experience was the ID for my new spirit enemy, called the Limper. He's hurt his leg and has trouble getting around, but he'll keep you at bay with his long range weapon, poking you whenever he gets a chance. In order to defeat him, you'll have to time your parry perfectly. So, to conclude this video, we looked at popular AAA games and took inspiration to create original enemy designs for my indie game. This really gives the combat something to work with and elevates the gameplay. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, cause most of you aren't. I really appreciate all the support, and if you really want to help me out, leave some opinions or ideas in the comment section, just like all these lovely people. With all that being said, I hope to see you in the next one, where we'll be looking into our first level design. Bye!